Coming up, we have your November 2021 Las Vegas real estate market update.
Hey everyone, I'm Steve.
And I'm Kristen.
We are the Thomas Group with Love Local Real Estate, your local Las Vegas and Henderson Realtors, here today to bring you your November 2021 Las Vegas real estate market update from Madeira Canyon in Henderson. Madeira Canyon, I think, is actually a little hidden gem.
It totally is. Yeah, it's beautiful up here. You can see behind us, we've got strip views. It's tucked back into the Black Mountains. And I feel like people don't know about it yet, but now they're about to.
Yeah, and we were just up here actually doing a tour for one of our clients in the, what's it called?
Club at Madeira Canyon.
The Club at Madeira Canyon, and it's a guard-gated community up here that's got, I mean, the clubhouse has got great views over the strip and the city and the pool over out there and stuff. You've got a gym, basketball courts, tennis courts. And you've got some amazing strip views, like it's really like undulating in the community and actually back up here as well. So you can get some really surprising views, but not having to spend like money like you're living in McDonald Highlands.
Yeah, exactly. And so the reason why we wanted to film our market update from here today is because we are going to be getting back into doing a lot of community tours, which is, really about how I think a lot of you found us. We are going to be showing you what it's like to live in all these community tours. So if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, do make sure you guys do so, because we're going to be showing you this Madeira Canyon community, tons of other little ones that you might not have heard of as well.
Yeah, and I'm often surprised when we drive around, town, and we find these little communities and pockets of town that people aren't really aware of, like Southern Highlands.
Right.
We're going to be bringing you one on Southern Highlands, where, when clients drive through there, you always get a really good reception from them and good feedback. So the smarter the buyers that you are, the better decisions that you can make, and then hopefully you'll hire us.
Yeah, exactly. And along those lines, if you guys are thinking about moving to Las Vegas, we do know all these little pockets of communities. You can schedule a free consultation at the thomasgrouplv.com. With that, should we get into our market statistics?
Let's do it.
Okay, so these are our numbers that come from the month end of October, and we are doing this market update in November. So let's start with single family homes. The median sales price closed at $410,000. Now, this was a jump up of about 1% from the previous month and up 20.5% from the same time last year, which is wild.
Yeah, the last figure is, but I think what's really key to focus on here is that the percentage that the median sales price is increasing each month is actually getting a lot less and a lot less. I feel like we're kind of, we're plateauing a little bit here.
So yeah, I did pull the numbers. The last like 4 months, we've kind of been around 410,000. June though, we were at 395,000. So even just from June, the median sales price has gone up.
Yeah, it has.
$15,000.
Yeah, but we're not seeing those 5%, 6% increases every single month anymore. So, which is kind of typical for this time of year. People do slow down their home buying, which actually, for me, gives, if you are house hunting right now, is like a really good opportunity to try and, snag some deals. Like there's been a lot of homeowners that have, especially in this market, have priced their home high over the summer, trying to get top dollar for it, but all they've done is price themselves out of the market. The market's now been stabilizing, more inventory's coming, and if you're out house hunting right now, you can definitely find some good deals. However, it's still very, very active.
It's still very active. We're going to show you that with the stats moving forward.
Good.
Okay, so there were 3,077 units sold last month. That was down 4.1% from the previous month and down 4.6% from the same time last year. The actual number of sales is kind of decreasing, and I think that we're going to expect that to, decrease a little bit over the next few months because it's the holidays, right?
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, it's anticipated.
Yeah.
When I was looking at those numbers, I saw also that last month was the first month out of the whole year that we hadn't sold as many homes as the previous year.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, so I think we'll continue to see that. Actually, along those lines, I did have a quick look at pending sales, and the pending sales now are going to be our sold next month, so it'll give us a little sneak
Good indicator.
peek. Yeah, it'll give us a little sneak peek into what's happening. Pending sales are about the same this month as they were last month, so we'll see the sales kind of stay even, we expect. But this is interesting. Pending sales are down 10% from the same time last year. And at first I was like, that's a lot. But then I remembered last year around November, December, I remember us saying it doesn't feel like the holidays at all because there was still so much.
It was like spring.
It was like spring. There was still so much pent up demand that the sales really continued.
Because people couldn't, go out house hunting. We were still in the middle of COVID. California just got released from their lockdown.
Yep.
So a lot of California buyers, coming into town.
That was a big one. You're totally right. Yeah. So, but I imagine, or it's looking like this year is going to be more of a traditional market where things slow down. January, February usually are lowest months in terms of sales. So we kind of expect that to happen. Yeah. All right, there were 3,287 single-family homes available for sale. This is interesting. It's down 5% from the previous month, and this is the first decline we've had in inventory since February of this year. I went back and looked. So we've been increasing since February. Yeah. This is the first month we've had a dip in our inventory.
Yeah. And probably this, same thing might happen next month, do you think?
Yeah, because, well, we're jumping ahead of ourselves a little bit, but the new listings actually is down.
Okay, so
there were 3,564 new listings last month. That was down 3.4% from the previous month and down about 1% from same time last year. So it seems like fewer people are starting to list their homes, and that's kind of taking a hit out of
the inventory.
Yeah.
What is the inventory right now?
Okay, so the inventory was 3,287. At its lowest point, it was 1,677. So it was about half of what we have now.
Wow.
And it still feels very low. I mean, it is very low. Our months of inventory is 1.1 months of inventory, which means that if no new homes came on the market, we'd sell out of homes in a month.
Yeah, about 5 weeks of inventory, something like that.
Yeah, and that heavily favors the seller still. In the prime areas, we're still seeing multiple offers on properties. It's hard to compete with cash.
What I've noticed recently as well, I don't know if this is just because of the clients that we've been working with, but our clients that have been shopping in the like $800 to $1.5 million range, like that market's been super active still.
So active.
Like really active. Like the one we just saw now, 1.2 million up in the club.
Yeah.
I said to my client, was doing a video tour for him out in California. So if you guys are out somewhere, else in the country and you want us to, go and view these homes for you, we'll do private video tours and send you private YouTube links so that you can see them. Anyway, that's what we were doing, and I said to him this morning, I'd be surprised if this one, I'm actually surprised it hasn't been sold yet. And he said, it's only been on the market 2 days. I said, that's a long time.
That's a long time, yeah. Seriously, yeah. So, what Steve's saying, while the market is softening, we're still seeing like a very strong market here in Las Vegas. Yeah. All right, let's move on to our condos and townhomes. The median sales price last month was $236,000. That is up 2.6% from the previous month and up 26.5% from the same time last year. It's really taken a jump ahead of the single family in terms of rebounding, and we do say this in every video, but in case you don't watch every video, which you should, but it's because what's happening is people are getting priced out of the single family homes, and now they're opening and broadening their horizons, right, Steve?
Yeah. Which we're really glad about, because we just listed our townhome and got 3 offers within 2 days.
Yeah, really, it blew our minds, and it was interesting being on the selling side of things.
Oh,
right?
very interesting.
Versus advising our clients. Right. Like, it's funny, we got offers, and I told Steve, my God, I wanted to accept one right away because they tugged at my heartstrings a little bit, and Steve said, what would we advise our clients to do? Let's hold off a minute.
Right, it is a different situation being in. And when we bought our home earlier this year, like representing ourselves, like if I feel like if we, if we buy another house, I feel like I would actually have one of our agents on our team represent us, because we were far too emotional. In that purchase, and I feel like we probably we weren't very smart. I feel like we would have advised our clients
100%
differently than things that we did. So
this is a good point. Like, why do you need a real estate agent? Because it's true that there's so many emotions involved in it, and it's good to have a neutral third party. But
someone just to give you the balance of both sides, the pros and the cons. We just had hearts in our eyes and stars in our eyes, or
All of them.
And all of them, yeah.
All right, cool. So moving on, there were 805 condos and townhomes closed last month. That's down 7.4% from the previous month, but up 9.4 from the same time last year. So that's kind of like what we were saying. It was slower to rebound. It's interesting that they are slowing down a bit too, but I wonder if that has to do with the inventory here.
Just time of year, I think. I think it's probably just same thing, time of year.
So, time of year. There were 583 units available for sale at the end of the month. That's down 7.2% from the previous month and down 60% from the same time last year. That's insane. 60%. Wow. Yeah, again, like last year is a strange one. Yeah,
right?
And like we said, it was weird. Yeah, and the demand for the condos and townhomes still hadn't caught up to this time of year. It wasn't until earlier at the beginning of 2021 that people started, I feel like, getting back into the condo and townhome market.
We started noticing it in the numbers, didn't we? Like sort of
spring,
April, May, something like that. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, and there were 864 new listings. That is down 0.6% from the previous month, but up 1.4% from the same time last year. Oh, one other thing that I wanted to mention about these is the pending sales. So pending sales for condos and townhomes is about the same as it was last month, which is really interesting.
Because when we look at the median home price, right, it's only increasing 1%. It's because it's not that much.
Right.
The demand isn't as high to keep pushing it up. Yeah, and it's just supply and demand.
Yeah, 100%. And then this is interesting too. The pending up 2% from the previous year, but I found that really interesting that the pending single family homes was down 10% from the previous year. So it just kind of goes to show, I guess, what we've been saying.
Exactly what you're saying. Yeah, it's just it's like an elastic,
Yeah, a sling. What are those?
A slingshot. A slingshot. I don't know.
Anyway.
You guys get the drift.
Get the drift.
We hope.
Yeah, maybe. Very last thing I wanted to mention was the months of inventory, and there are 0.7 months for condos and townhomes. That's up to 0.2% from the previous month, pretty much the same, and down 62.7% from the same time last year.
Still very heavily favoring the seller.
Very, very much so. Yeah.
So what's been going on with Zillow?
Oh man, it's been
you guys
all
have
over the news.
You've all seen it, right? You've all heard what's been going on with Zillow. Their stock took a dive.
Yeah.
You know what? I can't tell you I'm not surprised, because if they have been running their iBuying business from their Zestimate system, no wonder they're done.
Yeah.
Like our assistant Ben just sold his house to Zillow before they cancelled what they've been doing, and he got what, 100 grand more.
100 grand more than what he could have gotten on the open market. I really,
And from, like, wasn't it like 100 grand more than some of the other, like Open Door? Like he shopped all of them. Like these iBuyers systems, businesses, if you're not familiar with them, are basically instant internet buying, right? So you can plug in your address, they'll give you a valuation of their home, and they'll essentially buy it off you. But real estate just can't work like that on such a large scale.
Right.
Because there's so many different facets to what's important to a home, right? How it sits in the community, the positioning of it, whether there's privacy, whether there's a road behind. I mean, there's so many different factors that go into this that buyers look at when they're buying a home, that, an algorithm, a computer generated system just cannot dictate that. Now, are there companies out there that are doing this pretty well? Yes. But quite honestly, I've felt that companies like Open Door, I've seen, and I've said this early on in the year in maybe one of the other videos as well, I've seen Open Door as well, and Zillow, and a couple of the others, selling their homes for less than they paid.
Right.
And we can see what, you can see what they paid on the tax records, but you don't know. You should also factor in that these companies are charging the sellers a percentage, right? Normally like 5 or 6 or 7, whatever it is. Depends on the different companies, right? Yeah. But you factor that in as well, and I've seen them selling homes at a loss. Now, there's a sort of a tactic, if you like, in business called a loss leader, where you will essentially sell something at a loss, but to, make a bigger profit on the back end, or through, like, for example, what I felt Open Door were doing was getting exposure into communities right? Letting your neighbors see that they're paying top dollar for homes, and then, you know, some of the homes they'll win on and some of them they won't.
Well, and the thing is too, that the whole, like, I don't know, reasoning behind it is they're trying to be like Uber and trying to be, you know, the
like
tech
Carvana
company,
or something.
Yeah, like Carvana, where they operate at a loss and they use the loss leaders, but really they're not trying to make money on the sales of the homes. They're trying to, number one, like, obviously kill the real estate agent, which I understand.
Well, I'm not sure they are, because I feel like Zillow should just do what they do, which is basically make money from selling advertising to real estate agents that need leads.
But that's not what they were trying to do. They were trying to bring.
I know.
I'm just saying, like, I'm explaining to people what they were doing. They're trying to bring the lenders in house, bring title in house, so they can make money off of, you know, charging you all these other things. But that opens up a whole new can of worms, because if everything's under one house, I mean, that's a monopoly situation.
Well, and sometimes you just got to stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, do what works. What they're doing is they're trying to do mortgages, iBuying, selling leads,
title companies.
You know, I mean, it's just too much. And well, anyway, they haven't done that very well, the iBuying, and I'll be really surprised to see what happens next year and see how many of these companies are still around.
Yeah.
Because the demand, it's just been such a crazy real estate market that, you know,
anyone can buy it.
Yeah, and flip it
paint on the wall,
right, and make a little profit here and there. But is that going to continue next year? Who knows, right? Are we seeing the softening now, less appreciation in properties? You know, only time will tell.
Yeah.
But if you're selling a home or buying a home, don't look at Zillow's estimate. That's not going to be doing you any favors. Like, seek advice from a professional, because real estate is always very local, as we always tell you. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of different facets that go into us pricing a property.
Yeah, 100%.
So we hope you enjoyed our real estate market update for this month. If you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, go ahead and do so. Stay up to date on Las Vegas real estate market updates that Kristen and I bring you to every single month. We're going to be bringing you community tours, what it's like living in Las Vegas, all of the different communities that are out here. And if you have already subscribed to our channel and liked our videos, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. But for now, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon.
Bye.